The growth story of little tadpoles in the black pond by the village. Under the lotus leaves, there is a group of tiny tadpoles, among which the most lively one is Hay. It has a smooth black skin, as if wrapped in a layer of shiny black silk. Behind its round little head is a thin tail. When swimming, with a gentle swing of the tail, it can leap far into the water. Every day, it follows its mother to explore in the pond, full of curiosity about everything in the water. That early morning, Hay had just followed her mother among the water plants to look for microorganisms to eat when she suddenly heard a soft woo cry. It was the newly hatched shrimp Diandine. It had separated from its mother and was wandering around in the murky water, almost hitting a stone. Hay swam over quickly and gently tapped Dion with her little head. "Don't be afraid, I'll take you to find Mum." It remembered that it had just seen the shrimp mother beside the water lily root. So it swam slowly with Dion, and from time to time used its tail to push away the water plants in its way. It wasn't long before I saw my mother Shami swimming over anxiously. Dion immediately threw herself into her mother's arms and waved her little beard at Hay, saying, "Thank you, Hay, your tail is more conspicuous than a small flag. I won't get lost at all following you." Day by day passed, and Hay gradually changed its appearance to thin hind legs grew behind its head. A few days later, the front legs also emerged. Its thin tail gradually became shorter, and its skin changed from pure black to a color with a hint of green. When swimming, it could not only swing its tail, but also gently paddle with its calves, like a little swimming champion. In the morning, Hay was looking for food in the crevices of the stones by the pond. Suddenly, he found that the big pincers of the little crab's pincers were entangled in water plants and couldn't be pulled apart no matter how hard he tried. He was so anxious that he made a click-click sound to pick up the water plants. Hay swam over quickly and clung tightly to the water plants with his little legs that had suction cups, pulling them apart bit by bit for the pliers. "Don't worry, I'll help you," after being saved. The pincers shook their pincers at Hay and pushed the small piece of snail meat they found to Hay, saying, "Thank you, Hay, you have legs now. That's amazing." At noon, the sun was scorching hot and the water in the pond was a bit hot. The little carp Lele, who had just learned to swim, was too tired from swimming and wanted to find a cool place to rest for a while. Hay quickly led Lele to swim under the lotus leaves. The water there was cool and comfortable. He also found a soft water plant for Lele as a little cushion and said, "Lele, take a rest here. The lotus leaves can block the sun." Lele lay on the water plants and blew a bubble comfortably. "Thank you, Hay. Your little pergola is so comfortable." In the afternoon, a little duck came to the pond, wanting to catch some small animals in the water as snacks. When Hay saw this, he quickly shouted to his friends around him, "Hide in the crevices of the rocks quickly. Danger." It took Lele and Qianchen to hide in a deep crevice of the rock. The little duck couldn't find any food and had to waddle away. Everyone emerged from the crevices of the stone and gave Hai Hai a thumbs up. Though they had no fingers, they all expressed their gratitude in their own ways. Hai Hai, you are so brave. In the evening, the setting sun dyed the pond orange red. Hai Hai sat on a stone by the pond, watching its tail getting shorter and shorter. It was both excited and happy in its heart. Its mother said that when the tail completely disappeared, it could turn into a little frog and jump onto the shore to enjoy the more beautiful scenery. The friends around it surrounded it, sharing the delicious food they had found. Suddenly, Hai Hai felt that from a tiny tadpole to a half-frog with legs, not only was it changing itself, but it could also help its friends find their mothers, solve troubles, and avoid dangers. It was much happier than just swimming around in the water. It turns out that even a tiny tadpole can, with its own bravery and kindness, become a little guard in the pond, bringing safety and happiness to every friend. When the moon rose, Hai Hai was still practicing jumping with its legs. Although it didn't jump far, it believed that when it turned into a real little frog, it would surely jump higher and farther and help more friends. The pond was quiet, with only the sound of flowing water and the breathing of my friends. Because of Hai Hai, this pond became warmer and more lively. Such growth was more delicious than sweet snail meat and more delightful than cool lotus leaves.